What is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Dragon Traveler video, and today we are going to take a look at what banners we might be having in the future after the Zagreus banner actually ends. So I think this banner is actually a banner that most people are probably skipping on. When I say most people, I think people that aren't investing into the late game Elemental Echo team are probably going to skip on this character, even though she is pretty strong in terms of her CC. Definitely not a requirement. I also talk about her in my previous video on Dragon Traveler, but basically, she isn't really a replacement for Fenrir, like a lot of people might be thinking, because Fenrir does have the same elements and the same class, but they work entirely differently, and you're not going to really replace her for the most part, especially if you are still in the early to mid-game. So what banners can we actually expect to come out in the future? Now, these are not official. These are just kind of predictions that people have been kind of thinking about in the official Discord. And we're just going to look at 3 characters that have a potential to run after this banner. And these are the banners that I'm looking forward to the most. And I'll talk about which one out of the 3 I'm looking forward to the most as well. So the first one is Duvillen. So this is what she looks like. Basically, if you want her skin, you're going to see that it is going to be a race car skin, which looks absolutely nice. But she's going to be used in the Elemental Echo team as the main tank. Now, whenever I mention the Elemental Echo team, you want to think of it more about like the late game version of it, because the Elemental Echo team in the early game, you're mostly using Siegfried and also Oberon, which gets replaced pretty quickly, and you will start branching into other teams. But the late game Elemental Echo team is very, very free to play unfriendly, I'd say, so you do have to spend quite a bit to play this. But it is going to feature Duvillen. And I think the whales out there will be pretty happy to see that she might be coming out, because of the fact that she is going to be required in that Elemental Echo team as that frontline, solo frontline character, right? She also works in the wild team, but mostly won't be used there for the most part. You're going to end up using Athena, right, which is the better wild tank. But you'll see she does a lot with the elemental reactions. She can apply attack down, which is very, very strong. I'm not sure exactly what she's going to be used for specifically, right, in terms of what she does kit-wise, but she does look like she is going to just be that solo tank that is going to soak a ton of damage. Especially if you look at this red skill Gauntlet, she gets a HP bonus, and she heals, right, from this secret skill as well. And then she also gets this physical defense up, which is very powerful. So she looks like she'll be really strong as a frontline tank for the Elemental Echo team. And I think she's going to be a character that a lot of people are looking forward to, especially if they want to play that red team into the late game. Now the next character. So this is the character I'm looking forward to the most, because I do play the Arcane Wisdom team. I think most people are probably playing it. It's Talos. So this character is going to be extremely strong in both of her respective factions, for both the Wild team and also for the Arcane Wisdom team. You don't have to pull her for the Wisdom team, but she's really strong because she has like a lot of these interesting mechanics, right, with these mechanical orbs and stuff like that, and they activate and attack, you know, enemies that are close by. But basically, she's going to be kind of like that damage dealer that you want. You could pair her next to Ifrit and they'll be very good, or you can even use her instead of Ifrit, I believe. But she looks like a pretty interesting character, and her skin also looks pretty good. So the Nutcracker, I guess we can't see it like this, but if I do this here, oh, what if we do this? Let's play that. I can't play it. Oh, I can play it. But yeah, this is the skin. Oh, demonetized, or yeah, the skin looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, might be a big reason why some people might pull for her. She also has this charge command, which reduces the ultimate skill for other characters. Not the overdrive, but the ultimate skill cooldown, so this can be very good with other characters. And you also see she has a crit rate buff, which is pretty good, and a shield. So kind of like a pretty good sub DPS supporty character, right? Also will be good just as a DPS in general. And this is one of the characters that I'm looking forward to the most, because she does fit into my Arcane Wisdom team. And I do possibly plan to play the Wild team in the future. We'll have to see, because I do have Jing up and ready to go. Now, the third character that some people are expecting to come out, which is going to be another candidate to come out soon, is going to be Caesar. So Caesar, this is what her artwork looks like. I do not know if I want to view that, so I'm not going to view that. I don't want to get demonetized. I think I'm treading the fine line here, but you kind of see what it looks like here. I'll have the link down below to this if you want to check it out. But basically, she's part of the purple team. I think this is the team that I'm not really familiar with at all, to be honest. But it does look like she's going to be the tank for that purple team, the Illusion Veil. And I think this is one of the least played teams, but she does look very tanky, right? She does have a lot of things to buff her defense and her health, especially magic defense, and you'll see that she does have damage that will scale with her combined defense and resistance, so I believe she'll be able to do a decent amount of damage while being very, very tanky for that purple team. So I'm pretty excited to see her in action. She also has this effect where when she quote-unquote dies, she becomes immune to damage and will kind of revive, right? So kind of like a passive where she'll revive and be able to go back onto the field, which is very good, like some of the other characters in the game. I think there's one that has it as well. But she looks like a pretty good character, and she is a part of the purple and the Sanctum Glory faction. I believe the only reason you're not playing her in the Sanctum Glory is because Athena exists in the game, the SSRX, the tank, which is also a part of Sanctum Glory, who is extremely, extremely strong. So these are the 3 characters that are potentially coming out after this banner. Like I said, it's not 100% set in stone, but it is what people are speculating. And I know there's a lot of data mines out there as well. But I do personally think that, you know, all 3 of them look pretty cool design-wise, and for me personally, I'm going to be saving for Talos because I think she is just going to be the best character out of the 3 in general, and is going to suit my playstyle the most because I do play that blue team. Now, in terms of, you know, if you guys should be summoning on Zagreus, you know, knowing that these banners might come next, I think this is still a skip banner. I think not really the best character to go for. In fact, I only have 1 copy of her on my roster, I believe. So if I scroll down here, I should only have 1 copy, and looks like maybe I don't even have 1 copy. Yeah, I do have 1 copy here. And the reason why is because, you know, you can farm those shards from Heart Trial. So if you have 1 copy, that enables that if I want to go for it later. But, you know, she's going to rerun in the future as well, so you don't have to worry about missing out on her because we just had a rerun banner last month, which featured the previous rate up banners. So for sure, she'll also rerun. But thank you for watching, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think about the new characters and which of the 3 you're most excited for. And I will see you guys next time.